On the occasion of the 50th National Day of Oman, I would like to congratulate all the residents and the citizens on this happy occasion and wish them well in future. I hope we will see a lot more of them. When we arrived in Oman for the first time, it was a very exciting experience to land at the Seeb airport, which had opened just a year before I came. When we came out of the Seeb airport, the road was one single two-way road and there were no lights on the way. So I asked my friend, how far is the hotel? He said it is far away, 35 kilometers. It took exactly 30 kilometers to see the first light. And I asked my friend, he said, this is going to be the future Royal Hospital to be built. And that's the light of that hospital. It was summer, it was month of May. And when I looked out of my window, the area which is called Ruvi looked to me quite empty, without many buildings around. Of course, few new buildings were coming up. The first thing what happened on the next day was I was taken to the Ministry of Health office to see my seniors. And that building was called Mabna al-Wazarat. That means there were 3 or 4 ministries in one block of building. That was my first day in Oman, daylight. And I met then Minister of Health, His Excellency Mubarak al-Khadouri. I arrived in Muscat on 15th of May, and it was 1975. And next day when I was supposed to visit another hospital, when I went there, I was given the task of organizing the eye department, which was being added to the main hospital. It would be the main central eye hospital for the country at that time. I went round. It was a reasonably well-equipped, very clean place, but the accommodation was being expanded at that time. So we had to work in smaller rooms and meet a crowd of patients in a short period of time of one day's work. And I enjoyed my work, and I was also given the task not only of working in another hospital, but visiting the peripheral hospitals of Oman, and which I visited every month, one hospital every month, starting from Kuryat, going to Sur, then Sohar, even Buremi, and at that time Tanam was a place which had a hospital with eye patients supposed to be seen. So that gave me very quick knowledge about the countryside and the people whom I met in various places, and I felt very at home. After 1 year's work in another hospital, during which I had the opportunity to listen to the speech by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos in the police stadium on the first National Day of my arrival in Oman, which was the 5th National Day of Oman itself. And I remember that occasion when we had a march of victory, Yawm al-Fatah, when the Salala operations were stopped because of the peace having been achieved. And we marched from the present day Kuwait Oman Center to Police Stadium, and we stood there and heard His Majesty face to face. After having spent 1 year in organizing the department in Al-Nahda Hospital, I was asked to go to Salala because the Salala Hospital was being built, and they wanted me to see how the thing will be set up there. After 2 years, then I had to come back to Muscat because my time in Oman would have been over. So since 1988 till date, I'm in Oman, initially as a Pakistani, and I was very graciously by the Oman government given the nationality in 2007. And now I'm living happily here, and I am enjoying my life with my wife and my children.